Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hay Bale and Friends. I am Casey.
Oh, there she is.
I didn't have any sound. Sorry. This is Sandy with Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona.
Hey guys, I'm Monica with Bland's Promised Land Ranch. Hey, that's okay. Usually I'm the one who would be making that mistake. Where it's me or Miss Ann sitting here like.
And as you notice, Ann is not here tonight. She is with family. So it's the threesome right here, and we're going to keep it rocking tonight because we are excited to do some topics and to talk with our sound on. So we're going to be talking with sound on for the show. So no worries. But Sandy, will you do us the honors of saying hello to everyone since Miss Ann is not here?
Well, I'm not sure I can do it as good as Ann, but Joe, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate you. Jersey Dolphins. Hello, hello.
She said, I asked Casey. Oh, she did. Okay. So literally I got like a notification of a comment, like right when our things were posting. It's like, oh, is they having the show tonight? We are having it tonight. Huh?
Oh, Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. So nice to see you tonight. Nanny Tam, hello, hello, hello. And my buddy, Troy Sutton, how are you tonight? Jackie C09, hello. Thanks for coming in. New York Gal, hello. Thank you so much. Tamara. Now, Tamara's the lucky one, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
She wins on stuff on Ann's, and she won on ours. It's very exciting.
I know. Tamara, you need to like rub off on the screen to us and like give some of the luck through the screen. Huh?
Chris Smith, hello. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Oh, and our favorite, Penny Ortiz. How are you, girl? Hello. Cool Gamer, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Now, Auntie's World, tell me her name. Ann knows her.
Ann knows her name, and I can't remember either. I am horrible with names.
I think it's Lynette. Am I right? If I'm right,
am I right? That could be right.
That actually sounds right.
Is Casey the mom tonight? Do I know?
I think you know, Casey. I think you're right.
Sandy, you have to do this one. Okay, if my computer would let me click on the comment, you got to do this one justice.
Send it a lot from the Netherlands. Oh, we love it that you come in. We so appreciate you. Prayer Mountain Homestead. Rita, thanks for coming in. And Phil Beck, always good to see you. New York Lace 8009.
What? Nyla. Yeah, that's Nyla.
Nyla. Yeah. Southwest Wyoming. Hoo. I miss Dallas. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hardneck Farms, Wendy. Hello, hello. And Scotty, hello. How are you? Are we all the way through the list already?
I think so. I was noticing we do have two Tamaras too, by the way. We have Tamara Ameling and then, Tamara. There you go from LNL. So yeah, there you go.
Thanks for coming in.
And y'all know if I don't click on your name and bring it up, it's not intentional. You just got to be like, hey, Casey, stop being blind and click on my comment.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to rewrite it. Sometimes they're going up fast and we just need it.
Am I? Oh, you know the inside scoop.
Nice.
The inside scoop. Well, y'all, we are so grateful that y'all are in tonight, spending a little bit of time with us. Y'all know we are now doing our hour-long episode every single Tuesday night, and we're just having a total blast. And hi, Chris. I just saw you pop in. I saw your short. I thought, let me tell you, I'm so sick and tired of scam artists and hackers.
This is my fear. This is my fear. I have been changing my password. I'm going to change it and lock myself out. I know it because I keep changing it because I am being such a freak about it. Hey,
Good evening.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay.
Ann Philbeck is asking about Ann, and yes, he was out of surgery. He did well, and I think that
Mhm.
we're headed home.
Mhm.
So he's done really
Yes.
well. God is good, and he is doing well.
Yes. I was about to say, I was going to put that up.
Yeah,
Oh, so Chris and Larry lost 15,000 subscribers.
that's horrible.
That is off. Like,
Mm.
truly, we're praying for you, Chris, but that is
Yeah.
truly one of my biggest fears. And monetized and lost. I was the wrong click
Oh
one.
yeah, that's bad. I hate
Yeah.
that for you.
Yeah.
Y'all
And
go over
seriously,
and
yeah, go over.
go
I was just
over
going to
and
say the same.
subscribe to the new one and share
Yes.
it. We'll definitely going to be sharing it on our channel and our pages. So, Chris,
Yeah,
we
I'm
are so
trying to
excited.
get into my computer right here too, so I can start putting up links for people too. If I can start commenting some things, so I'm like, if I can get in there, I can start posting.
Oh,
People
that
that.
just breaks my heart because that is
Yeah,
such a huge fear of so many YouTubers that stuff will
yeah,
happen.
yep.
You're so welcome. We
Well,
love you. Well, y'all, let me tell you how excited we are because every single week we get to spin a new topic and talk about it. And it's all homesteading topics that you were listening to us talk about on the podcast, anyways. But now it's kind of like roll of the dice. Like, what are we going to get? And we always talk about what we're loving because, as you know, if you click on this, I'm always about it. Click on this QR code right here, right beside Sandy and Monica. You go over to our Linktree link, and we have our Amazon storefronts. So anything that we talk about that we're loving is 99.9% of the time on our storefront. Costs you no more money. It just shows Amazon you came from us, and we can continue to do all of this that we are doing. But I said I wanted to take the lead tonight and talk about what I'm loving because if anybody knows, around this time is when we start planting gardens. You know, we've been cooped up, we've been cold. Well, not Sandy because she's in Arizona right now, but
Yeah.
we've been cooped up and cold and we're ready to get our hands in the dirt. Like, I'm excited to come on live and have to hide my fingernails because there's dirt underneath it. That is what I'm ready for. And I have loved this new app called Grow It. Now I'm going to put up this little this is the app picture that you'll find when you Google it, but it's so cool because it lets you plan out your garden. So I'm getting ready since I'm moving to the new homestead, and I went ahead and put all of the different stuff that I'm wanting to plant. But when you click on something, like if you click on time, it shows you your hardiness zone. It tells you the tolerance temperature, whether it needs full sun, partial sun, good neighbors, bad neighbors, meaning what companion plants are good. It also already has where my new homestead is. So it tells me when I can plant, when it will start blooming. And right there, from start seed to harvest. I know that with my time, by the time that I put my plant in the ground, I usually buy my plant starts. Ain't no shame in my game. But so I would have vegetative. I can't read today. Vegetative. Lord help Casey in his speaking, but it'll tell me when I can harvest it. And I'm really, really enjoying this app. Sandy, you were talking about there's another one that we were talked about on another podcast.
Yeah. I use Seed Time. You
Oh
can
yeah.
get the free version or you can get the paid version. I started out with the free version. Now I have the paid version. Same kind of things though. I can say, I have a triangle. How many carrots can I put
Mhm.
in this triangle? You can have all kinds of crazy shapes. And
Yeah.
it just keeps track of when I should plant and when I should expect that harvest. And I can just put in all kinds of stuff. So anything that can help you as a gardener.
And it's like having your own personal assistant because
Yeah.
we all know as a homesteader, you're doing like 9 billion things at once, and really trying to finish like 3 of the 9 billion. And so having these apps that helps you
Yeah.
keep you under control. And I will say that both apps, I'm going to put the links to download them in the show notes after the show. So y'all wait till after the show if you're rewatching it. We'll leave it down below. So you can go and you can click and you can download and start planning your garden.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm loving right now is getting ready for garden season. But now that we talked about that, let's kind of switch over to a cooking. And we're going to do my cooking with Casey this week. But I just want to say, y'all, I'm gonna have to apologize beforehand because Casey likes to talk. And when I get on something I'm passionate about, I talk a little too much because we said we're going to do like 1 to 3 minute segments. Well, Casey did 5 minutes and 54 seconds. So bear with us. I will say it is a great topic. We're talking about bulk buying of milk powders, dairy powder products. And that's what we're going to talk about in the Cooking with Casey. So here we go. And it's time for Cooking with Casey. So I can pull it up. Hey everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Casey. My name is Casey from Ormsby Farm and the Halfway Homestead. So today on the episode, we're going to talk about another thing of saving you money so you're able to get that $2 dinner. And that's buying bulk powdered dairy products. Now, the first thing I would have held up would be milk powder. I talked a little bit about it in my very first Cooking with Casey because I'm bougie. Milk powder, I always have. Now, I say that, and I don't have any right now. When I went to go look for it, I am all out. So I ordered it right before I just started doing my video. But my milk powder, I have that because I can use it for so much. I can use it to turn it into cheese. I can use it to turn it into eggnog.
And I have done it on videos, so definitely go check that out. I turn it into a cream base for ice cream. I turn it into a heavy cream.
I also turn it into milk, plain whole milk. And let me tell you, I'm gonna leave kind of right here little pitchers, but a half gallon of milk, this is the price that you can find it at the grocery store. This is the price that I get it for, which is 27 cents for a half gallon. And listen, I don't drink milk all the time, so buying the actual gallon of milk or even getting raw milk from a friend is just kind of a waste because it either goes bad or I don't use it up fast enough. So milk powder is definitely the best for me. Just saying, okay? Another one that I love to do, especially dairy-wise, is butter powder. Now with butter powder, this entire canister right here, y'all, I'm looking at my nose, that's why I'm doing it. This canister can make 11 pounds of butter. So that'd be 11 little things of the butter, which I'm gonna show prices right here. I'm gonna show one that's just like a knockoff store brand, but then I'm also going to show you a more expensive one. Those prices are crazy. When you're with this, you're looking at $1.82 per container of the pound of butter by doing it this way. Again, I always say with this does have a shelf life. So if you open it, I like to separate it into different jars, with an oxygen absorber and vacuum seal the top, and you'll have anywhere from 10 to 13 years shelf life. But I use this all the time. You can make it into a spreadable butter, or you can turn it into the sticks. You can add herbs in there and throw it into the freezer. One thing I like to do is I like to do a lot of different herbs, the garlic and the rosemary, and then you cut a piece off when you're grilling steaks out in the summer. You put that frozen cut piece of butter right on top of it. It melts, it's delicious, it's wonderful. This I definitely recommend because it's gonna save you money. Another thing I talk about is that we are a Mexican kind of peeps here. And so I get sour cream powder. Now let me tell you, I really enjoy it. Some people don't like the consistency of the sour cream. Some people do. I add it into my meals in a jar and that kind of stuff. But this is gonna be the price for like a store-bought generic brand of sour cream. We're talking about a pint. And then this is, dollop a daisy kind of pint. This right here is going to give you 12 of those tubs. And that's $1.67 a tub by getting this. And it's Hoosier Hill. But other little side note on stuff that I use, I don't use these as much. Buttermilk or ranch powder, because I don't use buttermilk a lot. I do it sometimes for pancakes, definitely do it for my ranch powder. But if you do a half a gallon of buttermilk, this is the price that you're gonna get. We're talking generic and then talking the name brand. With using this, I get this from Azure Standard. Now, this is not all of it, but if you get I'm gonna just put it here. If you get this size of the buttermilk powder, you're going to get it for $2.15 for a half gallon of buttermilk. That's saving you a lot of money already, y'all. And again, don't use this as much But this is the coconut cream. This is when I'm feeling really bougie and want to do like a Thai meal. Right here, I'm going to show you a pint and the cost of the Thai coconut milk for curries and that kind of stuff. Getting this also from Azure Standard, getting it in the bulk that I get it, it is $2.78 for the pint. Let me tell you, that's saving almost $4, y'all. That is absolutely crazy. Another thing that I'm not really going to compare prices, but I do hot cocoa mix, which has the milk powder in it. It's just like if you buy the little super fancy ones from the store. They're expensive. I can get a cup of hot cocoa for 11 cents by doing this. Also, cheese powder. I do a yellow kind of cheese powder mix. It's kind of like consistency and taste once you rehydrate it of Velveeta. And I'll add some Rotel in there during football season. And I also like to write my directions at the top. I make this. We're talking literally pennies on the dollar to make your cheese dip. And then, of course, having the 4-jar lids is going to give you that long extended period. So I hope you definitely try some of these things. Write it down in a notebook. See how much money you could save just for a month. Just add stuff up. Let me know also if you try it. And I hope you enjoyed this cooking with Casey. Let's go ahead and head back to Hay Bale and Friends. And I will see y'all next week. Bye, y'all. I got winded just watching me.
I love that though. That's honestly so encouraging though for the butter, because I have a can of that butter powder and we got it at the same time, I think the first time, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that. And you started telling me all the different ways you can like flavor the butter. And you were telling me how you did all the flavors and stuff. That would be good for James, I bet you, Shade Tree Cook. He could be taking some of that butter powder and doing some fancy stuff with his meals he'd be making. But yeah, I mean, I am excited to try that now because I use a lot of butter. A lot.
It is, I'm telling you, the butter is the one thing that I will say gets the crumbliest, the quickest. I don't really know the word I'm searching for, but you really do have to add oxygen absorbers and vacuum seal to keep the shelf life good, because the butter one will rehydrate very easily.
But you said that big can makes how many pounds of butter?
11 pounds.
Okay, see, I honestly would probably just open the can and make like half the can, freeze it, and then probably come back another day and make the rest of the can and freeze it. And now I've got all that butter in my freezer ready to go. Because I feel like that would probably last the best. And when you thaw it out, when you thaw out your butter that you've made from that, is it still like good consistency? It's not crumbly or gross?
That's so good.
I mean,
see, I use a lot of my butter like that from frozen. Like I said in the video, like my herbed butter. I do like a garlic and thyme and rosemary kind of blend. And I cut a frozen piece off and put it on top of a hot steak. Or I've done brown sugar and cinnamon in the butter, and we'll put it on toast. But I usually do it from frozen. But
I love that.
I'm telling you, the prices are ridiculous for butter.
Yeah, but I think we should tell them that they need to buy those powders from a company that has really high standards.
A reputable source, yes.
Yes, because there are certain ones, even if you read their container, it says that the shelf life is very short because of the milk solids and the way they process it.
Right.
And we want you to be safe, and we want you to have something that will store well for you.
Yeah.
Right. 100%. And Nanny Tam, this one is, I would need to read it, but there's not much additives in August and Farm stuff. It's pretty much freeze dried butter, melted butter.
There's some preservatives in there that I don't pronounce, but there are other companies like Anthony's that literally have butter, cream, and non-fat milk. So you can do the same thing with other companies.
And Hoosier Hill's pretty good too on there.
Yeah, if you buy other companies. So I would say do some research and really look at the brand you're getting. I mean, you don't have to buy a specific brand, but it's one of those things that if you are looking for the best quality, really, like Sandy said, look at the ingredients. Because again, Anthony's has 2 ingredients. August and Farms, which we love August and Farms. I love most of their stuff. I really do. I'm like not hating on August and Farms in any way, but the ingredients are a few things. They have ascorbyl palmitate and toaster follicle, whatever. I don't know. But there are a few words that beyond butter and non-fat milk. So
And Azure Standard has a really good for the freeze dried stuff too.
Yeah.
But you are going to pay a little bit more money for those. But as Sandy said, I mean, good quality products, you want to spend your money on that.
Yeah.
Because regardless, you're going to save more money than paying, what was it, $8 or $9?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
$8 to $10? Not good.
For a pound of butter, that's a lot. Yeah.
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 That's a lot.
I'll go back to not having butter before that.
Well, I don't cook with much else besides butter. It's like butter and coconut oil. And that's it's like minimal things that I cook with. So I'm a
But
snob.
no, so that is my cooking with Casey this week. I had a lot of fun, as you could tell, talking way too much about all the different dairy stuff. If you have questions on it, if you're rewatching this, definitely hit me up, Instagram, Facebook, ask me the questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them. But yeah, so that was my little cooking with Casey this week. So now it's time. I think it's me. I think we've all done the drum roll kind of thing.
Yeah, you got to do 1, 3, 2, 1.
I got to do the 3, 2, 1. So now we are going to decide our topic for tonight. And I'll say that I'm kind of hoping for certain ones, but we'll probably end up getting a topic that Anne would love to talk about.
We all know that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So a 3, 2, 1, I guess, is what we're going to do.
I told you. I knew we should respin because I feel
I
like
think so too. Because
this is
Anne
not
loves that
fair.
topic.
Yeah, we should leave it on there for another day. And this is not
I
fair
agree.
because
I agree because that's her thing. She's Pyro
Yes.
Granny. Yeah.
she is. She's Pyro Granny and she wants to be ready. And I feel like Heat Source, we knew we were going to get it. We knew it.
Don't y'all think in the chat, put a thumbs up or a yes if you
Respin,
agree.
thumbs up. Yes, I think we need to respin. Everybody give the thumbs up for respinning because I feel like this needs to be reserved for when Miss Ann is definitely here. So yeah, respin. Tamara says respin. Other people are saying respin. Let's do it.
Meat chickens. Okay.
This is good. We can talk about this. This is the one thing Miss Ann doesn't have on her list of things she's done yet.
That's true.
That's good for when she's listening to this.
Yeah, and she'll go, I had questions and I wasn't there.
Right.
Okay, we're going to answer all her questions tonight.
Tonight, yes.
Okay, so we've
all
had
done meat chickens, right?
Yeah. See, we're twins. We think alike. So yeah, we've all had meat chickens. I think this is perfect because and I'll start if you want, because when I first got meat chickens, we had only done like egg layers and we moved to Texas and I was like, oh my gosh, we're going all in. I want chickens. And I told Eric, I was like, I want meat birds. I want 15 of them. And I didn't know anything about meat birds, but I was going in. So I got 15. Like that was going to be enough for my big family, but we wanted to start moderately small. And so we got 15 birds. They threw me in a bonus bird, which happened to be a rooster that is a hen, like a big, beautiful rooster. I got him later. Needless to say, I was doing great with my 15 birds. I had 100% live rate. All of them lived from baby to full blown, ready to process adult. And with my meat birds, the first time, what we didn't know, which I very much know now, is that you have to pull the food, or maybe you don't have to, but you should pull the food up at night so that the meat birds don't just continue to eat through the night, or make sure you don't refill it. So we would feed our birds and they were little and they were cute and they were just like and eating all the food. And I was like, oh, and whenever my regular egg layers were out of food, I would give them more food because I was like, oh, but they kind of regulate themselves. Meat birds are completely different. They will eat until they literally explode. I didn't know what was happening. One of my birds would walk, and then he'd tip forward and put literally his body would just catapult itself head first into the ground. I'm like, oh my gosh, something's wrong with him. He was like 6 weeks old. Why is he looks like he's going to die. He was breathing heavy. Like he'd been like out at steakhouse or something. Like he was really having a trouble. And I asked a friend of mine and she said, oh, well, are you taking the food up at night? And I was like, what do you mean? She said, stop feeding them at dinner time. I was like, I didn't know that. She's like, yeah, you're going to give them a heart attack. So I figured it out quickly, and we don't do that anymore. And I just ordered, and I've done big batches. I've done 72 at a time, and I had a big loss rate. And then I've done 35 at a time, and I just ordered 40 of them for an April 8th pickup date. So I'm ready to get back into meat birds again. Eric has finally said this.
You're talking the Cornish cross.
The Cornish right this time. So this is what I'm choosing to do right now because it's an immediate, pretty much a quick, instant gratification. But I will say with my Cornish cross, and a lot of people don't do this, but I kind of let mine free range and like live their life. We free range them during the day as much as we can. And then we round them up and we watch them when we free range them. They don't have absolute free range because we tend to have hawks that will come and pick them up and kill them. So, but yeah, I paid $1. I paid $1.10 a bird.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, I did. So I'm very happy with my $1.10 a bird. So
And what kind of meat birds did you say? Cornish
they're
cross?
just a Cornish cross, yeah. Cornish cross. But I know the place that I'm getting them from. I've gotten them from there before, and I had a very successful, healthy batch of meat birds. But again, I let mine free range. I give mine a lot of scraps, and I let them. And I watch them. They learn to scratch if they're around other birds, and I feel like I give them a good life that way. So when you did, Sandy, when you did meat birds, how many did you do at a time?
Well, I can only have 5 in my place.
But you did 5 meat birds?
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah, and then other times I've done a cross that they're both they're good layers and they're meat birds.
Yeah.
And for a backyard homesteader, this is a perfect situation.
I really do think so too.
You know, because you can just do the cycling of when you're having the birds and when you need to not have the birds.
Yeah.
But did I tell you the funniest story about me getting meat birds? Have I told you this?
I don't know.
There's that ad on Marketplace, and it says that the fryer's ready for your freezer.
Oh.
Did I tell you this story?
No.
What?
So I thought, great, you know, I'm picturing my brain. I'm going to pick these birds up. I'm putting them in my freezer. I get there. No, they're alive still.
Oh.
And I said, you said they were ready for the freezer. And she goes, well, they are.
Yeah.
They're full grown. They're ready for your freezer.
You're ready for you.
I took them anyway.
Now Jennifer Ocean is getting American breast chickens or breast American breast chickens. And she's a first time chicken owner. I told Jake from Nunya, Texas on the back 20, I told him he's got American breast. I was like, I'm going to come get some from you. I'm going to come get some eggs because I'm always down there by his place. So I said, I'm going to have to come snag some eggs and barter some food, barter some meat.
I love the American breasts.
That's what I was going to say. So that's another meat bird, but it's not just for meat. You can eat their eggs.
It's a dual purpose.
Right.
Dual purpose. I love that.
Now, you're not going to get, because I've done both. I've done the Cornish cross that were ready to go in the freezer, as Sandy said. And I noticed that my Cornish cross, I probably could have let them go one more week, but I was so nervous because it was the first time that I did them that everybody was like, don't let them go too far because then it's just not humane. They're going to be too big and it's just going to be the worst. So I did, hey y'all, I did 38 meat birds.
That's very specific. You're like, I won't go not one bird over 38. Still give me 29 or 40. 38.
I couldn't remember because I think it was 35 that I ordered. And they always send you some extra ones just in case any of the chicks are when you get them. And none of them were. So I had the 38. So
you got the bonus.
It is. And I did them and I did meat turkeys at the same time. So we had the 38 and the 38. Yeah. And I noticed about the Cornish cross, same thing. For the first 3 weeks of their life, I kept the food in there when they were in the brooder 24/7.
Yeah.
Until they get to that 4-week stage, and then I would only feed them in the morning. Now, I know Monica, y'all have done. Sandy, do you have videos of raising meat birds from start to finish on your channel?
No, I have pictures of the birds, but no, not start to finish. No.
I don't have any videos of mine start to finish either. I have finishing off Big Birds, but I'm going to do a video series on these babies when we do them coming up. Because I mean,
I did a start to finish, and
Yeah.
it was very interesting to see how
Yeah.
quickly they grow and how much food they actually go through.
yeah,
And the reason I say food that they grow through is because it is completely different from the American breasts. The Cornish cross, they are bred
yes.
to get quick, big, fast
Mhm.
within 8 to 9 weeks. I
Yeah.
mean, it is within 2 months, you have chickens from babies to freezer.
Yep.
American breast is a little bit different. We have had the Naked Gardeners on, our friends that are like the American breasts
Experts.
experts. And they have told me when I was raising them 17 weeks, it's kind of like that perfect little spot of
That
right
sweet spot.
before a cock-a-doodle-doo and right before we
Mhm.
drop in some eggs. And I'll tell you, these American breasts are good egg layers.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in March almost, and I have 6 girls and a boy.
Mhm.
I'm getting 5 eggs a day right now.
I love that so much.
And that's we're talking February.
Yeah.
So, you just got to think, one, how long do you want to put money into these meat birds?
Yeah.
Right.
And how much do you want to spend? Like how Sandy was saying, when you have the dual purpose ones, you're not paying for the chicks anymore from
Yeah.
a hatchery or wherever you're getting it from. It's continual, and then you can start making your money back
Yep.
on what you paid for the chickens. Or if you're going to do the Cornish cross, which is nothing wrong with it,
Yep.
you are going to have to pay for them because they cannot. Now, there's always going to be that one person in the comment that says, "My Cornish cross
I
was
grew
able
mine up
to
with
lay an
baby
egg.
egg, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Great for you. Woohoo!" But normally they don't. So
That's not the norm. So it looks like John and Sarah got their breasts from Tori and Sydney too. So that's a great
Oh.
bloodline. They have well because they're all here in North Texas. So they
Yeah.
were able to go over there and grab some from Tori and Sydney. That's awesome. So yeah, that's a good bloodline. And I was excited when I realized that I had like 2 friends. Now I have 3 friends that have American breasts because John and Sarah will now have American breasts.
And Monica, I keep on telling you, I'm gonna send you some eggs if you want eggs.
If my truck didn't want to like break down last year,
Yeah.
I would have been getting eggs from you by now. However, it's fine. But yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I think American breasts are probably going to be a transition for us at some point. I like all my little fluffy butts running around. So I like my little egg layers that are all colorful and stuff, and it's fun to watch. But as they get older, I will probably phase them out and try to go with that dual purpose because I love having the eggs for my kids that eat eggs. And I want something that's going to be good egg layers and production wise. But I also want something that is going to be I'm going to be able to consume on a regular basis. So that's why we're like, let's get back in the chickens again. Let's get this done. And for Texas, this is like literally the best time to have meat birds if you're going to just do Cornish because it is nice weather. It's not super cold. It's not super hot. Well, depending what day it is. I think tomorrow it's gonna be like 80 degrees. It's so ridiculous. But for the most part, when it gets stupid hot, I'm already gonna have mine put in my freezer. And then I'm gonna do another batch. My plan is to do another batch of meat birds purchased from the hatchery, like literally $1.10 a piece. That's amazing. Just buy another batch of like 40 or maybe 50 for the fall. Because then I can stock my freezer again in the meantime. So that way we'll have our own beef, our own pork, our own turkey, our own rabbit, and our own chicken again. Because that right there, if I can have like my basic meats in my freezer, stocked up in my jars, on my shelf, in my meat pantry, then that's the best thing for me, right? So is there anybody in the chat that has any questions about meat birds?
Yes, and I wanted to highlight Penny's, comment right there also because Tamara did say that she was nervous about processing. I'll tell you, I have to agree with Penny because especially when you get to week 7 or 8 with the Cornish cross, they smell awful. Now, let me just say, they would never attack you that kind of way, but when you walk in, it's like, whoom. And you can't really walk because you got 30 chickens standing on your boots. And it's like they're vultures for food.
Yeah, they're kind of.
You're like, yeah, okay, you meeting Jesus.
Yeah.
in like 2 days.
Time to go.
It's time to go. But you also know where it's coming from, and you know that you
Yeah.
have given them a
Mhm.
great life, and it's the same thing for not even just meat, chickens, pork, beef,
Mhm.
anything. We always say we don't like the processing part of it. It's not something you wake up in the morning and you're like, "Yay, it's time to go unlive something." But you know that that was their purpose when it came
Yep,
onto your farm, and you
exactly.
just go with it. You just go with it.
Blue says that's not something a normal thing that they do where she lives. So I have a question, Blue. How do you like do people not raise their own meat? Or is it maybe because you're kind of more in like a suburb area? I mean, I know you raise your own food, like your vegetables and stuff,
Yeah.
or your veg. She says veg, and it's so cute. I just want to squeeze her. I love listening to Blue talk. She could be talking about the most, like, it doesn't even matter what she's talking about. I'll just be like, let me hear what you have to say.
Just talk to me for a couple minutes.
Talk. I'm just let me hear you. But yeah, so like how does that work? Like, I mean, like, is it only because you live kind of in the suburbs more? Or is it because that's just kind of taboo not to raise your own meat? That was my
Mm.
question for Blue. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know like when I lived in the suburbs in Maryland, it was going to be a taboo thing. Nobody was raising meat there. Nobody was raising their own meat. I was looked at a weirdo anyway because I had chickens 14 years ago. I had chickens in my backyard, and people were like, "What in the world?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want eggs for free."
You're
Well,
right.
they were free. My chickens were laying them.
That's a
$4 a
really
bird.
good price, John and
Yeah.
Sarah.
I mean, it's a good price if you're doing that. I'm like, it just do it yourself. It's easy. Just easy. Come on,
Yeah.
come to us. We'll help you. Yeah, but we're
Yeah.
not really meat birds. It's normally mixed flocks, and we get one when we want one. Yeah, that makes sense. Like just go
Oh,
out and
yeah.
get one when you want one. Even rurally, it's only a new thing to raise specifically meat birds if you have the space. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I kind of like the whole that's how we do with our turkeys. We
Mhm.
just throw them out there and we have the turkeys. And when we know it's a holiday coming up, we go like 2 days before and we snatch one out. So
Okay,
yeah.
question. Could you put a couple ducks among your egg layers for collecting duck eggs for baking with I have no
Yeah.
knowledge on raising duck layers?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have ducks and chickens all hanging out together, all intermingling. They live together with their turkeys, which is also taboo. People are like, don't mix your turkeys and your chickens. But my turkeys and my chickens and my ducks all live happily together. They're like
Yeah.
the best of friends. Nobody tries to hurt each other. Everybody's good. The only animals that try to hurt the other animals is my dogs whenever the chickens get out of line. They don't like the roosters, so they run around and chase the roosters. Otherwise, no, yeah, they all hang out together, and we raise the ducks specifically for the eggs for Eric, and
Right.
then the chickens for the rest of us, and the turkeys for the rest of us because we like turkey meat and turkey eggs are pretty legit. So we
And
eat those
with
too.
what Blue was saying, it doesn't have to be a specific breed of meat chickens for you to
Absolutely,
raise
yeah,
your own chicken. I mean, all
Right.
chicken is going to taste the same.
yeah,
Now, depending on the age of the chicken and if it's a rooster and that kind of stuff, the
yeah,
tenderness may not be as a meat bird would, but it goes great in a canning jar and you can process it and it's great
yeah,
for casseroles and soups. So
Yeah.
don't think you just have to buy the Cornish cross or spend the money on getting American breasts. Any chicken is going to produce you chicken meat.
yeah.
Right.
Exactly
So
right. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a fatty to consume it because
no.
the Cornish crosses are the fatties. They're like the big birds of the flocks.
Yeah.
They
When
just
my
live
when my
way longer.
children were little, we had ducks too. Two ducks. Um, and they called them quackers and cheese. It was just so cute. We had a little pond, and but I think they can really get along well together. If you have a mean rooster, you may have to have some separation. If there's an
Yeah,
issue, but for the most part, I think they're fine together.
yeah. And yeah, I think Jennifer was mentioned too. The American breast is a different quality if you finish it on cream and corn. So if you
Mhm.
finish it off on that, then yeah, they do taste. I've heard they taste different. That's one of the things
I
that,
do.
yeah. Have you done it both ways, Casey, to do a little experiment?
I have, yes. Because, Sydney and Tori told me about the cream and corn for the
Mhm.
last I did it for the last 2 weeks before they were unlived.
Yeah.
And I will say that they did not get size. Now, when we do Cornish cross, I normally have sometimes an 8-pound chicken. 6 to 8 pounds is what I've noticed with my Cornish cross. Monica, have you noticed that too?
That's a big bird. The Cornish cross, I haven't
I
done
don't let
Cornish.
them.
I haven't done that just specific Cornish in a long time. It's been
Uh,
I mean, like years, like probably like 6 or 7 years probably. And honestly, I feel like they were finishing out at like 5 pounds, maybe 6. That's a big bird. We also did it one time when we had a 4-H kid. He came over and we helped him process his birds. His 4-H birds were like 8 and 9 pounds each. He had
Whoa.
some 10-pound meat birds in there. They were Cornish cross. My husband was like, he asked Eric and I, he's like, did you want a couple of these for helping us process them? And I was like, no, it's okay. He left and took all his big, fat, heavy birds home. And I told Eric, I was like, he was feeding them something. Whatever he was feeding them, I don't want nothing to do with it. That's not normal.
no,
Them
mine
little
actually,
birds were
I've gotten to the 8 pounds before.
they were
And
only 8 weeks old, like on the money, honey. And they were almost
so am
topping out
I.
at 10.
Now, see, I don't let my Cornish cross lived truly in a 15 by 15. That's where they lived. And I noticed that they were bigger. And when I processed the American breasts,
Mm-hmm.
they were more of like a 4-pound, 5-pound would be like really big Cornish cross. But the meat it has just a better flavor to it. So
Yeah.
don't expect if you're raising. Now, I guess you could probably get the American breast up to the 8-pound. I don't know why you would want to, because I prefer a smaller chicken.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do a 8 or 10 pound, I'm going to have a turkey. And I noticed that with my Heritage Breeds turkeys, they're the 8 or 10, sometimes 12 pounds instead of the 25-pound that you'll get in the grocery store.
Yeah.
So I did try the corn and cream, and yes, it does do a lot better with the taste. They're just not going to be as big. So,
Well, I think it also can change the taste if you let them forage
Yeah.
than just having just store-bought grains.
Mhm.
I think that eating the grass and the weeds and the bugs and
Bugs.
scratching, I seriously think it changes to a better flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've always had really even my kids, it's kind of funny because I've been buying just roaster chickens. Casey and I talked about a budget and how I was trying to save money. And so I've been going, that's so funny. I've been going and buying like the double packs of like whole chickens at Walmart or even Costco. And I've just been roasting the chickens and then pulling all the meat. And it's been really good. It's been really good because it's been a whole chicken instead of just the breast meat or
right.
just the thighs. And the kids have even noticed, they're like, this meat is so tender. And I'm like, that's because it's a whole chicken and it's not
Yeah.
pulled apart and processed out. And I think that really when you make a whole chicken, it tastes different. And I cannot wait because even the kids were like, we're not really looking forward to raising these dirty birds because they're always so dirty and stinky, like Casey said. But we do, again, we let ours forage. We kind of let them free range while we're watching them. And then we let them go back in. And I feel like they have always tasted so good.
Because they is dumb.
We've had such good experiences with them. And even one time when I raised like 72 the one time, and I had a loss of like, I think I lost like 30 of them. It was a rough season. It was a bad season. And I was really upset at first. And I realized, you know what? That's okay. God is still in control. And I got through it. And man, I'll tell you what, they tasted amazing. And it wasn't anything that they were doing. It was kind of just the weather and all the things. And it was the wrong time of year. And I just didn't know enough before I took on that big of a number. But man, they just taste good. And the kids are kind of excited. I don't think some of the younger kids remember what it was like though. So
well, that's good. It's like starting fresh.
I think they're in for a rude awakening. They're gonna be like, never mind, we're not doing this in the fall. So yeah, that's true. That's what it is. Because, even when we do our turkeys, my kids have said, oh my goodness, this turkey tastes so good though, when it's raised at home. And then we've had turkey from the store and, we've had people taste it and they're like, oh, it just tastes like turkey. And I'm like, no, no, this does not taste like turkey. Y'all, you only know store-bought turkey.
Well, don't they also, I don't know. I don't want to spread some conspiracy theory, but I feel like they plump up a lot of the, I know, tinfoil hat. They plump up a lot of the like the breast and the stuff because you can't tell me. Now you see, I'm pointing straight at the camera. You cannot tell me that when you get a thing of breasts at the grocery store, that them as chickens with that big old chest, those like are turkey-sized breasts, and it's not plumped with something. Because even my big old 8-week-old Cornish cross, the time that I did it, didn't have that size chicken breasts.
I feel like they tell you that though at the store.
Yeah,
Really?
it'll say that it's injected. They have labels that they have to write if they do that.
Oh,
But
maybe I don't pay attention.
a huge percentage of store-bought chickens anymore are roosters. They're not hens.
Makes sense.
Which are roosters, I've noticed, to me, even if they're younger, they're not as tender. Like they're tough. It's a tough bird. And I will say, and I wouldn't call anybody out on where I bought some meat from, but I bought some meat from somebody. It may have been a chicken and a turkey. I won't say. And it was so bad. And
Oh, that's too bad.
figuring it out, I'm like, it probably was because it was a rooster. And you got to cook roosters different way than you do like the hens and the meat birds. It's just something that you can't roast. You're going to have chicken leather.
Well, yeah, it's interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, Monica.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just thinking how interesting it is that how it's changed in, say, the last even 30, 40 years that, you know, on a homestead, they would just have all kinds of chickens. Like on my grandmother's farm, that she'd just buy a run, if she wasn't having the hens lay. And so you had all kinds of different kinds of chickens. And she would just butcher them when they got older. She didn't have freezer space. And so it was just like, go catch a chicken. And so we're out there chasing chickens.
She's standing by with the net just in case you can't catch them.
No, she knew we'd get them.
Sandy, did you notice that so have you had like roasted rooster compared to like canned rooster? It truly is like a different way of tasting them.
Right. And it's it's falling apart. When you can that meat, if you know it's going to be an older bird or a rooster that you've had for a while, that's probably the best way to do it, is to can it, because everything is so tender then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we do with our older rabbits. Any of the older rabbits, if we take too long to process them, I put them in the freezer, but I mark them older. And that way I know that when I go to cook it, it needs to be thawed out and then canned, or it needs to be put in the crock pot for a long, slow cook.
Yeah.
Because we're not putting it on the grill. There's no way.
Yeah.
It'd be too tough. But I wanted to highlight this comment real fast. And before we're going to go and check out what Anne's got going on Anne's angle, but I wanted to talk more about this comment once we got back. But even though Anne's not here, we still get a little moment with Anne.
Yay.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here on Hay Bale Friends. We appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. I hope you're learning. I hope you're learning something. But tonight, I wanted to talk to you about something that I had read that was resonating with me. Anne's angle on things, right? And it said, be brave enough to be bad at something new. I thought, you know what? In the world of homesteading, where we're becoming more and more self-sufficient all the time, we as friends here on this social media platform have encouraged each other to be brave enough to be bad at something new. I have killed some plants, killed some sourdough bread for sure. I have learned all kinds of things through trial and error, but you keep going, keep working at it, and it will come through. And it does take a little bit of bravery. So y'all, my challenge to you is to find something maybe out of your comfort zone a little bit. I've got some friends that are learning sign language. They're learning to garden for the first time. They're learning to garden differently than they had before to save their back or to save their space, or they've moved into a new area and they're bucket gardening this time. I think that's pretty cool. Be brave enough to be bad at something new. Okay, y'all, I love you big. And let us know in the comments next week what you did new. Back to Hay Bale and Friends now.
She's so precious. But that is such a good saying. Like, don't be scared to like fail at something.
Yeah.
And tying that in with chickens, when I first processed the chicken, let me tell you, I was not that good. And cutting it off the bone, it was a hack job. There was more meat left on those bones than the breasts and the legs. But you never can learn how to do it fully unless you try and fail and have to try it again and again.
Exactly.
So, I love that. I
always tell my kids if they know something, if they want to learn how to do it even better, they can teach someone else. I was like, okay, you've done it once or twice. Now teach your brother or somebody else how to do it. Because when you're teaching someone else to do something that have learned, kind of, even if you've just started kind of learning it, if you're reteaching it, you're now relearning it again and again. So I try to have my kids reteach stuff. So it's been really fun to see them do that as they've gotten older and, help each other and encourage each other. So yeah,
what are we going to do? The three of us, what are the three of us going to do by next week? Trying something new that we're okay about being bad at. I will say that I am wanting to try needlepoint. I know that sounds so grandma-y.
So fun.
I am really excited to try needlepointing, and I'm probably going to be awful because my hands cramp up lately when I try to do like sewing and stuff. So I'm going to try it, but that's what I'm going to try. Sandy, what about you? What are you going to try this week?
Well, actually, I am going to be in 2 art shows that are self-portraits. So I have to do 2 self-portraits. That is not something I do. And so we'll see how
that sounds fun, though. What?
I love that.
Monica, what about you?
Okay, well, I've been wanting to, for a long time, I've been wanting to make a project for my mom out of some old clothing that my grandfather had when he was alive. And she sent me a big bag last year, and I've been holding it, and I'm so afraid that I'm going to like ruin the material that I have. Even though I have an entire bag, I feel like this is my like, hey, you need to go do it. And even if it's just one shirt that I practice with, I need to try, because I've been wanting to make her a lap quilt out of all my pop-ups, but I'm so afraid I'm going to screw up because I've never made a quilt. And so like,
you'll be good.
You'll be good, Monica. Yeah. That's fun.
I'm going to try it. So maybe that'll be my project this week. Also, Casey, I'm wondering, you just had a birthday, but did you turn like 85? Because you'll be like, my hands cramp up. I can't do my. How old are you?
I sure did. And I turned 38.
You're such a baby.
I'm a baby. Yeah. But no, it's been weird lately. I mean, I was a server for so many years that the carpal tunnle in my hands, I feel 85 in my hands. But also, quilting, you got the quilting lady right next to you, right here. I mean,
the other way,
is sitting in front of a gorgeous quilt. So if she is saying you can do it, you can do it.
I know.
Yeah.
T-shirt quilt. Oh my gosh, yes.
Quilts are such a gift of love.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be something that your mom will just surround herself, and then all those memories flood.
That's what I want, because he always wore button-up shirts into church, and he wore them even when he wasn't going to church. He was very proper, so he always wore those button-ups, the long sleeve button-ups, and they're always like striped or plaid. And she gave me a big bag full of them, and I'm like, oh, I need to do that, and I wanted to make my mom a big quilt, like a bigger quilt. And then I thought about maybe making some like small little hanging type ornament type, like just little hanging type things for my 2 aunts. But my mom is My mom deserves that. She took really good care of him, and I just really want to do something special for her.
You so can do it. And I have Dolly Parton's Coat of Many Colors in my head now as you're talking about it. So
Yeah, that's gonna be my thing to try. So we'll see how we do.
Awesome.
Save the pockets and leave them in the quilt. That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
see, I think that's a great idea. You have all these people in the chat that are
I
saying,
know.
do it. Do it and go. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Look, James said, "Hey, dude, I worked in the restaurant industry and was a carpenter. I'm 59 years old and just now feeling it." Right? So James is saying, "Stop whining, Casey. You're not even 40 yet."
That's how I'm translating it. I'll try not to. I'll try not to whine anymore. Sorry.
I have to literally apologize to Casey after every Tuesday live stream because I'm so harsh. I'm like, hey,
She'll call and she'll be like, "I'm sorry for bullying you."
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't
I'm
really
so
think of it
bad.
that
I'm
way,
so
but
mean
okay.
to you. I just love you so much. And you're like a little brother. And I'm so sorry for being a bully. So, Casey, you're younger than her children. That's mind blowing to me because you're so mature to me.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
I don't
That's
know.
very sweet. But see, I feel like what did somebody at my work was like, "How old are you turning?" I said 26 for the 13th time. Because 38's knocking on 40's door. And
I own my 40s. I'm owning it. It's been the best.
I'm not ready. But now that I'm learning how to needlepoint, I'm gonna jump into I'm going from 38 to 70.
Yeah. Well, I do needlepoint and I love it. I love embroidery. I love all that. It's so much fun. So soothing. We're doing our first farmers market this week.
Good.
Hey, will you guys let me know when you come back to Rockwall? I probably will have football games, but I want to at least know. Only 2 years older than his son. Oh my gosh.
I know. Okay, Casey's a baby. We get it.
He's a baby. Okay, so I think we might have to because it's kind of getting to be that time. We might
It is.
do some gift card giveaway.
Well, we have also, speaking of advice, we do have Sandy giving us advice.
That's
If gardening is one of your things that you want to try this week, I'm telling you, this your lady right here to listen to.
Let's do it.
So let's jump into Sandy's suggestion.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Hay Bale Friends. And this is Sandy's suggestion. I'm in the garden. And my biggest suggestion this week is grow what your family loves. There is no reason to grow cabbages a whole row of cabbages and maybe your family will eat it once or twice a year. Grow the things they love. They love peas, carrots, onions, garlic, tomatoes. You should grow those. We love peas and tomatoes. We love all the brassicas. Joe loves green beans. I don't usually grow green beans because I can get them at the farmer's market. But I'm growing green beans because I grow what my family loves. That's just a suggestion. No use taking up that space, wasting that water, when your family's really not going to enjoy it. Maybe you're not going to enjoy it. So I hope you take this suggestion to heart this spring when you plant your garden and grow what your family loves. Have a good evening.
I'm telling you,
I love that.
I have listened to every single Sandy advice and it has turned out to be good advice. And this one is like this is the best of the best. Because yes, you can put all that kind of stuff in your garden, and can it too. You can can all these really cool color things, but if you're not going to eat it, you're wasting your time, you're wasting canning shell, all of it. Listen to Sandy's suggestion. It's a good suggestion.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Monica, you're thinking we should do a giveaway, right?
We should do a giveaway.
I think we've enjoyed doing the giveaways every single week. This is our 4th giveaway, and I think we should do one that says meat chickens. So, as Miss Ann always says, we would like for you to come to Around the Hay Bale chat and type it in, but you can type this in any of our chats. Type in meat chickens, no hashtag, and we are going to give away another Amazon gift card.
Yes.
So let's see it. Let's see it.
Just put meat chickens in any of the chats.
Any of them.
And you know, Sandy, I do the same thing. Like when it comes to growing stuff like that, I tried to put it in the chat, but YouTube rejected my comment for some reason. But they think I'm spam for some reason. But I like literally wrote, I love growing green beans. I don't even eat them, but growing them is so rewarding because I like to pick them and like I just like to pick them and try to eat them. And I mean, try to pull them in, just see how many I can get. I think the reward is actually seeing how many quarts I can put on my shelf. And I don't even eat them, but my people like them. So I grow them. And even Eric said the one time, he's like, why do you even grow them when I wasn't eating them? It was like 2 or 3 dinners in a row. We had, you know, throughout the season, we had green beans. And he was like, you don't want any green beans? I was like, nah, I don't really like them too much. He was like, why do we grow them? And I'm like, because everybody else likes them. He's what, you don't even eat them? And I was like, no, I like the cabbage. I like the kale. I like the broccoli.
Yeah.
I mean, kids will eat that too, but I love growing the beans because I like watching people be excited about eating them.
Yeah.
Monica, can I just say real fast for the people in the chat, you
Yeah.
do have to put a capital M and a capital C. I've noticed that it's not pulling your vote unless you put the M, capital M and a capital C.
Okay.
So because I know Teresa, you put yours
Teresa,
in.
yeah, redo it,
Robin
Teresa.
Hood and Ann Philbeck.
Oh, there's Bob. Hey, Bob. Yeah.
Yeah, and Rebecca too. Rebecca Touched by Your Heart. She has it in all caps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rebecca, do it with just a capital M and just a capital C.
James, you too. Make sure you do it. And Penny, do the same thing.
Penny, yeah.
Capital M for meat, MEAT, capital C for chickens. Push it all together.
Exactly the way that it's on the screen.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's yep.
There you go.
Yeah,
James.
good.
Let's see what
that's a good point too, Blue. Sometimes it's okay to do 1 or 2 things. That's kind of what I've tried to see if my kids will eat it. I even thought about doing eggplant one year. I'm like, I should try eggplant. See if my kids will even eat it. I don't even know if they're going to eat it, but it can't hurt to try. And I think that's a good point too. You don't have to plant, 8 rows of eggplant if nobody's ever eaten it, but try 1 or 2 plants, right? Just try a few and then see what people like. But there's no point in trying a ton of different stuff if no one's going to eat it, especially if you're growing rows and rows of it. I just put in 6 heads of romaine and 6 like just loose leaf lettuce. And the kids were like, oh yes, romaine. And then they looked at me and said, oh, you only put 6 heads of romaine in the ground? We only have 6 heads of romaine, Mom. And I'm like, I know, but it's okay. We can still pull from it because when we eat that, we don't cut it at the head. I will pull from the bottom and I will pull off romaine like it's loose leaf lettuce and then mix it with all my leaves from the broccoli and everything else. So it is what it is. But they were kind of disappointed. They were like, that's not good. It's only 6.
Well, see, I always do. Oh, sorry, Sandy.
Nope.
I was just saying that I literally was telling Sandy before we went live, I thought about that when I was planning out my garden for this year. I'm like, what are the 4 main things that you eat? Tomatoes, bell peppers, cucumbers, green beans.
There you go.
I ain't got to be fancy. I ain't got to be bougie. Well, I do got to be bougie, but plant what you grow. Okay, I think we're at 14. I think we should go ahead. I'm going to give you a last couple of minute little countdown to get it in, and then we're going to do a little drawing. So I see someone's coming in that are, put it in.
Yeah.
4 minutes.
Salsa garden. That's what I was just thinking too, John. Sarah's got already 4 types of eggplant started. That's crazy. That's awesome.
I love eggplant. I really do love eggplant.
All
right, here we go.
I don't know. I'm interested in trying it.
Sandy, do you like it?
No, I love the color of the leaves. I love what the plant looks like, but I have tried it so many different ways. So unless I'm hiding it in a casserole or the soup, I don't like it.
I think that's the only way I've eaten it too. My mother-in-law made lasagna with it one time, and I was like, "This is pretty good," but that's like literally the only way I've had it. So I don't know how I'd feel about it otherwise.
I guess I'm just the weirdo that likes
Maybe
it.
I just have to have it heavily seasoned.
Yeah, or fried,
or sweat it out, and you do all these weird things to eggplant.
All righty, friends. Here we go. Yeah, eggplant fries. I do those, Jennifer. They're so good. All right.
Yes. So, Diana, yes, we were going to be back on Thursday night, hopefully this week. That's what I'm hoping for. Looks like a, oh,
Blues.
Yay!
yeah. Wait,
Oh, that's
can
exciting.
I send Blue a gift card? Will it go? I can just send it to her email. Blue,
Yeah.
can you use Amazon? Like, how do I do a gift card to Amazon to Blue?
I'm pretty sure you can do it worldwide.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Because
because it's a
it's to the
card, you're not
email.
shipping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just email us and then we'll go from there.
Congratulations,
Yay,
Blue.
yeah,
How
yay.
exciting.
Very nice.
All right, friends. Well, I hope everyone has had fun tonight. We have had a lot of fun talking about meat chickens. And congratulations to Blue for winning our 4th giveaway. That is so crazy. And how we wrap up every single episode is we are going to take a moment with Monica. So without further ado, let's take a little moment.
Okay, guys, I'm going to be quick tonight because Casey went off on canned milk and stuff earlier. So I wanted to say and this is fun because you guys know I'm always laughing. I'm always trying to have that smile on my face. And there are so many times when sometimes just a smile can really help someone else's day. And the Bible says in Proverbs 17:22, a joyful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. And honestly, there is something to be said about a joyful face. Proverbs 15 says, a joyful heart makes a cheerful face. And when the heart is sad, the spirit is broken. So there's so much to be said about having a smile on your face and having joy in your heart. And joy is something that comes from the Lord. And I hope that this week, the rest of your week, you can find some joy in Jesus and you can find that smile that maybe you just need to give to someone else, because there are so many people with broken hearts and broken faces and their spirits are broken. And sometimes they just need to see a smile. You're walking down the street, or you're walking through Costco, or maybe you're just driving down the road and you stop at a stop sign. Be that weirdo. Smile at somebody. Maybe they need to see your smile. I've been to a funeral already once this week, and I'm about to go to another one. So I think about this more than ever. 2 funerals in 1 week. I need to keep a smile on my face. Keep that joy in the front and center of my focus, because that's how I'm going to get through my week and know that I'm going to encourage those around me. So smile at somebody this week. Be that weirdo in the drive-through or wherever, and just give out that smile and that happiness and just exude that joy so that maybe others can maybe it'll help heal someone else. You never know. Have a good week.
That was great.
All righty, y'all. Yeah, that was great. We hope that you are that weirdo that smiles, and you will see us 3 weirdos next Tuesday. So,
there you go.
bye, y'all. Bye. We'll see you next week.
Bye.